Hey guys, can you guys hear me? So I'll wait and see if I'm just gonna do egg bake this morning. And I thought I would just go live because sometimes I get really frustrated with what I'm gonna make in the morning, or I actually have a lot of people coming over too. And this is a really good way for me to get in uh, get everybody fed and get protein on them and everything like that. So I guess I'm just gonna go get started. You can replay this anytime, I think. So even though it's live right now. So basically what I did was I started off with a dozen eggs, and I'm just gonna whisk that in. I'm really bad at measuring, guys, so you're just gonna have to work with me here. I really like egg bake just because it's simple, it's really easy left over, especially if you put it in a 9 by 13 pan. And then that way your kids can just take a square in the morning. I know a lot of people have microwaves or warm it up in a pan, but just add some milk to it. It's almost like a big omelet. And I'm not really measuring how much milk, but I would probably say a cup of milk to a cup and a half. So it all just kind of depends on how fluffy you like your eggs. Add a little bit more. The other thing I really like about egg bake is it's pretty cheap and simple to make. So I really like mushrooms in my egg bake, so I go ahead and I put a lot of mushrooms in there. And I cut up some red peppers too. So the nice thing about egg bake is it doesn't have to be the same every time. It can just be what's in your kitchen if you've got a bunch of eggs and some milk and some veggies. So you could put broccoli in here. I don't line the pan with bread, as a lot of egg bake recipes do. I try to make this, like, this is supposed to be my simple, easy recipe. So kind of what I do for that carb is I actually use hash browns or potatoes. I'm gonna go ahead and spray my pan. I still do spray the pan because I just don't like it to be sticky. So anyway, I'm gonna add some hash browns in here. I'm not measuring. So kind of what I did was for those of you that really do like to measure, I just chopped up the whole thing of mushrooms and put it in here. So whatever's in that carton you get from the store, I did go ahead and chop that up. And as far as the pepper goes, I did put a whole pepper in there. So if that helps you guys that want to measure, I probably just poured probably a cup to maybe a cup and a half of hash browns in there. Again, I eyeball everything, but it makes it easy. Then I have less cleanup as far as I don't have a bunch of measuring that needs to be cleaned up. Okay. And then I do add cheese. I just buy it already shredded. Makes it a lot easier for me personally. And probably a cup of cheese. Depends if you like your eggs real cheesy or not. I think again, the best thing about egg bake is it's just a dumping session. You just dump what you want in here and keep making it your own. Like I said, I've got a lot of family coming over today, so I really need a big 9 by 13. And I've got some banana muffins to go with that. Okay, so the other thing that I like to put in my egg bake is some sort of meat. So this is actually pork, and we just went ahead and seasoned it ourselves. So that's the nice thing about Seth being a meat guy. So he just kind of jumped in and seasoned that for me. A lot of times too, what I'll make is I'll just do like sausage links from the grocery store, just something that's already pre-cooked. You don't want to put raw meat in here. It's just going to take way too long to bake. And then you're starting to just kind of get like this eggy batter mixture. I'm just going to put all the meat in there. I'm gonna add some salt. Again, I'm just kind of guesstimating a little bit here. I know some people put like different steak sauces in or other things in their egg bake. I like to keep mine a little bit more simple, so the only thing I really put in there is some ground mustard. And I am gonna measure this. So I'm gonna put about a teaspoon in there. That does add a really good flavor. And you wanna go ahead and set your oven to 350. The thing about egg bake is it does take a while to bake. So that's one thing, you'll wanna leave yourself enough time. I've done it before where I've literally made this the night before and I've just left it in the fridge and then baked it in the morning. Or I've done it the night before and baked it, and then that way we can literally just take little slices out in the morning. And it's a great thing to make on Sundays just because then you have the whole week to eat your little slices of protein, and this way you're not tempted to just grab a donut in the morning, and this is very, very filling. So anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and pour this in the pan. And I'm gonna go ahead and start baking it. So anyway, this was live this morning. This is my first live video, so I really don't know if the microphone worked or anything, or if you can hear me. But I think we're gonna start doing some more live videos on different health talks. Tina's coming over today, so I'm really hoping that we can do a live video on essential oils as well. Even though this was live, you should still be able to replay it and see it that way. So anyway, hope you enjoyed, and maybe if you make yourself egg bake or anything, I hope it turns out good. Thanks.